Hello, this is Ben Johnston with RPM Mortgage in Roseville,
And John Campos, Remax Gold.
we wanted to make a quick video to tell you guys kind of just a high-level overview of the home buying process in general. We hope to bring you some value, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
So John and I were brainstorming about the video, and really the first part is wants and needs.
Right.
You know, if you're renting, where do I want to live? I know I should buy a house because there's tax benefits and other things, but how do we identify the house?
So we try to make it as simple as possible to answer your question. It's going to be your price, size, location, which of those is most important to you, and then once we understand which is most important, what's the best value we can get for that option, right? So if it's price, what's the best value we can get in our price range?
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure we're getting the right square footage, bedroom count, as much of your wants while still catering to all your needs for a home. But before we can even start that process, I have a question for you. How do we afford it? How do we know what our monthly payment is? Like, we have to make sure we're comfortable, right? So what's your process involved in helping people understand what that looks like for them?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you know, the house is one piece, the finance is the other. That's where I come in. Usually I have an initial conversation with someone, you know, they've typically already talked to you, figured out what their wants and needs are. Now, I'll go into equating a certain price point to a monthly payment.
Right.
And then also, once your application's done, I'll tell you what the maximum amount is that you're approved for. So a lot of times that and the monthly payment don't match, but it's about finding a happy medium, right? Like John said, catering to as many wants as possible, meeting your needs, and also meeting your comfort level for monthly payment. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable writing the check, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what I do. I use a system. I'll put a screenshot up right here. It's called Mortgage Coach, and I use Mortgage Coach. It's an amazing program. Basically, it lets me build out a presentation and compare different loans side by side to show the client what the differences are.
So is that like price range, like 400, 450, 500, so they can see like what does that even look like?
Exactly. Oh, wow. So it'll help them equate what's the payment on 300, what's the payment on 350 if we spend that much. And so it's a really great tool. It's fully transparent, has all the closing costs, all your taxes, insurance. Wow. Any number that's going to be on paperwork that I send you will be in this presentation up front, so we can really see what we're looking at.
And to speak to that, that's really useful because in my experience, I'm going on 9 years now. Most lenders don't do that. They don't have that. They will typically have a verbal conversation with you and try to work it out while you're on the phone with them and say, okay, at this price it's looking like this, at that price it's looking like this. Hey, let me send you an email. Sometimes the email never comes. So later on, if your home search goes on for a few weeks or in some cases a few months, you forget and you're like, what is that number again? You have nothing to refer back to except for maybe an email, but this is like an official document, right? And it shows them like charts and graphs and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So the presentation is either a PDF or there's an actual website that you can visit at any time. 24/7, you can hop in there and look at the numbers.
Are they allowed to change numbers at all on that? Like if they're like, can I go a little bit higher? Do they call you directly to get a
Yeah,
new form?
so they'll call me directly. I can change the numbers. A lot of times what I'll do with clients, if they're out of the area especially, we'll just do a call together and I can manipulate the presentation while we're on the phone and it'll update on their side.
So cool, man.
So it's kind of like a live webinar situation.
I like that.
Yeah, full transparent, shows all the closing costs, which is a big question that people have.
That's
What's
huge.
it going to cost me?
Wants versus needs, and part of the needs are I need to afford it within this amount, but now we understand how to find the right home, how to finance the right home. Mm-hmm. How do we make sure we're getting our offer accepted? Like, are you running all their paperwork and fully vetting out who they are as a buyer, or are you just doing an initial consult and then when they want further information, they call you again? Yeah,
so I mean, you can pretty much walk into any mortgage company and they'll hand you a pre-approval letter.
I can speak to that.
What we do a little bit differently is once we're comfortable with the monthly payment, we've looked at the presentation together, we go ahead and do the application. I'll actually collect some documents from you, pay stubs, bank statements, things like that, and we'll send your loan package to an underwriter where they can actually go through, ask all the questions they need to ask, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and then they send me a loan approval. We haven't found the house yet, but your loan is approved.
So it's underwritten?
Fully underwritten.
Oh my God, that's awesome, man. So just so you guys know, from our point of view, that's as good as cash. If you're fully underwritten, really what you're waiting for at that point is going to be an appraisal and possibly some last minute documents like homeowner's insurance. But these things are pretty simple and straightforward. The big, scary unknowns is the entire underwriting process, and
Yeah.
that's why
What's going to happen?
That's why escrows take 30 days plus, or you run into a hiccup and you need a week or 2 weeks, and you're like, what's going on? It's because they're doing that whole underwriting process while you're trying to purchase the most important and expensive item you've probably ever purchased in your life.
Yeah, so we really see the value in doing more of the work up front.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
it just makes it so much less stressful for everyone, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
absolutely.
like, if the loan's out of sight, out of mind, let's just go through the inspections, make sure the house is good. And
So if I could make every loan done like that, I absolutely would. And that's, you said it's called advance approval. Is
yeah, it's our advanced approval program.
Yeah.
So once that's approved, now we're back to you.
Right.
So
Home
the
search.
loan's done. What's the home search
Now we
look
can hit
like?
the ground running because we've spent so much time vetting out your wants versus your needs, and I know exactly where we're going. As soon as he gives me the green light, we're going full speed if you guys want to go full speed, and we're going to find you the home. But not just find you the right home, but actually get your offer accepted. Because with something like advance approval, with it being as good as cash, that is absolutely valuable and critical to getting your offer to the top of the stack versus just being another number on a page. And in Sacramento right now, we're seeing multiple offers on just about every property under $450,000.
Right.
So when you're competing against 2, 3, 10 other offers, how do you stand out above the crowd? You've done all your homework up front. You remove as much of the what ifs or buts from you as possible. So they see your offer and they're like, I love this offer, but there's no buts. They love your offer.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're
And then
good to go.
I've spoken with the agent several times. Ben will call them and testify how strong of an offer you are. And that's the offer. They kind of don't even see the other ones at that point, in my experience, because you've taken all the work out of it for them, and they feel and understand that it'll be a simple process, provided that the home is in the same condition as what we believe it is when we write our offer.
Yep, exactly. And you and I have worked together before. I think I speak for both of us by saying this. I mean, we truly work hand in hand as a team to work in your best interest. So when we talk to the listing agent, once you submit an offer, I think they can really see that and see the quality of the people that you're working
Absolutely.
with. So we're here for your success.
100%.
Yeah, so once you get the offer accepted, it's the escrow period starts.
Right.
I think
Which
we'll
is
do-
going to be 15 days with Ben, right?
Yeah, 15 days ideally. Yeah, anywhere from 15 to 30 days.
Yeah.
There's different details that go into that,
course.
so we'll do a different video.
Every situation is different. Every home is different. Escrow periods. It's called an escrow process for a reason.
Yeah.
There's definitely things that go into that. More documentation that may be needed.
Mhm.
More questions about the house that may need to be answered. But because it can be lengthy, definitely discuss that in a different video.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you for watching with us today. I hope this helped understand the process a little bit, and you got a chance to know us a little bit. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys.
All right, bye-bye.